Hello from Ohio. It's the first trip of 2023. I just landed. It's been kind of a crazy morning. I had to take a flight from MCO, saw a cute working pup there, fly to Charlotte, North Carolina, grab a slice of pizza, and start boarding for my next flight to Dayton. So I just arrived. My mom picked me up in her rental, and we're gonna go visit my grandparents for a bit. We are here to see them and spend time with them. All of these trips to visit them that we take, which haven't been a lot since they've moved, but you know, the pandemic happened. We really treasure these trips and hope to make some happy memories this weekend. My mom and I are staying at this place called the Hammel House Inn. It is a bed and breakfast from what I'm told, and they also have a restaurant. And we're right next to a cute little garden shop, but there are tons of antique shops and restaurants and different things on this street. It has a very old town feel, and we are currently in Waynesville. This is the building that used to be my grandpa's home. It's now a nail salon. There's a cute little bird up there. When you walk into the Hammel House, you'll see the restaurant, which is open to the public. And Mr. Hammel himself is over the fireplace. We were in the first room, the Goldfinch Suite. We had a queen-size bed, and I liked that you could open the windows and get some of the fresh air from outside. There's artwork in each of the rooms for the corresponding bird room that you're in, and we had a small shower and restroom off to the side there. My mom and I liked that they had a fireplace outside, so we enjoyed that the first night we were there. They do have a shared buffet space, which is where they have pastries and complimentary drinks and snacks, but this is the only fridge that's there. Dinner tonight is at the Stone House Tavern. It's within walking distance from our bed and breakfast. Went with the black and blue burger with some sweet potato fries, and Mom got the mushroom burger with sugar sweet potato fries. I can't say that fast. Looks very tasty. Today we're taking my grandpa to the United States National Air Force Museum. He actually did serve in the Air Force, and yeah, it's a free museum, which is nice, so let's go check it out. Ohio is also home to the Wright brothers, who flew the first airplane, which was in North Carolina, but they are from Ohio. We start in the early years gallery here. So we're gonna be seeing definitely some Wright brothers type style planes. And it began in the 1780s, so hot air balloons have been around for that long, which is very, very fascinating. This is from 1901. It's a wind tunnel. It's a replica of the wind tunnel that the Wright brothers built to help with the fan so it didn't overheat in the plane. I actually got to visit Kill Devil Hill, which is in North Carolina, and see the Wright Brothers Museum, and they had the original like model airplanes and stuff like that over there. It was pretty fascinating, so I'm like completing my Wright Brothers experience here. This is a pretty big hangar where they keep all of these early years planes, so I'm sure the rest of this museum is just massive and so much to see. My grandpa actually told us that he used to skip school and come visit, and it was nowhere near the size of what it is today. I can't imagine seeing these in the air, especially considering how small some planes are these days. It's so cool, you can actually like see inside of there. This one's interesting. It almost looks like it has little shoes down there for the wheels. We're almost done with this hangar of the early years, so I'm interested to see what's in the rest of the museum. I'm not going to show too much of this area out of respect, but this is the area where they have the Holocaust Memorial, and there's actually some artifacts for people that are in Dayton now that were part of it. During World War II, a lot of the pilots would personalize their jackets. They have a lot of these jackets on display, and they would hand paint the leather. Some really cool designs in here. rides here in like VR, but those make me sick, so I am skipping. We're heading into building 4 now because we are specifically looking for Air Force One. Even though they only call the plane Air Force One when there's a president on board, we're gonna try and look for the airplane where they brought Kennedy after he was killed. If you get a chance to go back and watch my visit from when I went to Detroit, I went to the Henry Ford Museum and actually got to see a lot of famous vehicles, but one of them was the car that Kennedy was in when he was shot. So now being able to go ahead and see the plane that he was brought back in, it's kind of like a full circle. We have seen a lot of the Air Force Museum. Granted, I don't think we've seen everything because there's so much here, but we have a very busy schedule planning my grandma's birthday, so we are heading back. But I hope you all enjoyed what I've showed, or what I could show, of the Air Force Museum. And if you're visiting the Dayton area, this is free to visit, so come see it. And of course, all museums end in a gift shop. They've got some cool candy, which is the first thing I see. And then they also have this cool like Area 51 spot. Oh, look at those cuties down there. I would love to visit Area 51. They even have like golf balls. This is pretty cool. I might need to get something here. Good morning from birthday party day. It's gonna be a little hectic today and I don't know how much I can actually film, but I am headed over to my grandma's house. We're going to get the cake. My mom made the birthday cake and all the decorations, and then head over to my uncle's house. That's where we're gonna be having the party. My grandma is turning 79 today, and then my grandpa, I think he's in his early 80s, like 83, 84, so yeah, it's gonna be, each birthday that we celebrate with them is really special, but of course, in these later years, they're even more so. So I'm excited to celebrate my grandma today. They're very special to me. They helped raise me, so I love them. And I'm excited to have some happy memories created today. They have continental breakfast here, but I took a little while getting ready this morning, but my mom brought me some fruit and look how much they filled it up to. Tomorrow I'll come for the breakfast. This is a lot of fruit they gave. This is Sugar Cookie. She is their baby. And then my mom just got my grandma that bird bath because they love feeding the birds and the squirrels out here. They have a giant backyard. Wish I could have something like this in Florida. And you can see all of the birds over there. They're just loving that bird feeder. After picking up my grandparents, we headed over to the birthday party. It was really nice to see family that I haven't seen for so long and swap some family memories. The weather was perfect too. It was pretty much in the 70s during this time. We got to enjoy the party in nature, which is something my grandma always appreciates.
Finally, I came in. Yeah, she's here. Here she is.
Then he asked me out, and I said, no, I got to babysit on Saturday.
The party went really well. My grandma had a good time, but we are tired now. We're back at the inn, and thankfully they have the restaurant downstairs, so we don't have to go anywhere for dinner. We're gonna go ahead and order some food up to the room and watch Bridgerton. We've come down for breakfast. This is a look at their menu. And this is included for free on the weekends with your stay, but this is also a restaurant, so if you're just walking by, you can also order. And it rained overnight, so everything is wet outside, but we are looking forward to doing some antiquing today. Cheesy potatoes. Mom got chicken and waffles. And I got the Taste of Honey bowl. So it's Greek yogurt with honey, chocolate chips, raspberries, and walnuts. Buggy Wheel Antiques, one of the few places open. Let's go see. There's lots of Pillsbury Doughboys in the window. Oh my gosh, a shop kitty. Hi, baby. Hello.
Hi, baby.
Thanks, everybody's here.
What are you gonna show me? Oh, you purring. Yeah. That's a Princess Leia. I can tell by the buns on the head. These are cool, like old travel guides. Found some old Barbies. This Coca-Cola one's pretty cool. And I got this old vintage Coke one too. Very excited for that Barbie movie to come out this summer. Oh, and there's a kitty. Hi. Found some vintage books here. The Snow White one's really cute. Let's see how old this is. It says it was given in 1989, but it looks older than this. This was printed in 1973, so it is an older book. Beautiful illustrations. Right next to our B&B is this place called Lily's Corner Mall. I'm gonna see what treasures are in here. They got a lot of garden things. But something that caught my eye as soon as I walked in here was up on the wall. They've got Wizard of Oz cutouts, I'm guessing from like when they put the movie out again. Browsing around all of these antique shops was a really fun afternoon. I know my mom and I want to come back and stay in the same area of Waynesville, so we're gonna have to come back and see more of these stores because we each found something that we wanted to take home with us. Pedal Vintage was a shop that I saw right away and knew I wanted to go visit. I didn't end up purchasing anything from this shop, but I really enjoyed going in and visiting. I did, however, get something from the Tartan Turtle, which was inside another antique shop. I loved seeing all the different items they had. I'm definitely finding all the shops for me. We found that cute vintage shop, the Pedal Vintage, and now this little store. I'm just like drawn to the things that I like. And of course, I say that and I see cats and boba. This shop has a lot of cute little gifts that you can get. Soaps and oils and crystals. Tons of pretty tiaras. We had fun trying on some of these tiaras, but they're kind of heavy and hard to keep on your head. I don't know what's the trick with the tiaras here, but there's so many pretty ones. Found a very cute Stevie Nicks type duster jacket here. So I'm gonna get it. Living my best Stevie Nicks life. There is just so much stuff to see. So many treasures. It's checkout day, the end of our trip. Feeling a little melancholy about it, but I feel like that's to be expected. I do want to come back and visit again. I'm not sure if it'll be this year, but definitely next year. I need to get my sister up here. We need to go to Cedar Point and do some other fun day trip activities in Ohio. I really want to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum and everything, but everything is so spread out from here in Dayton and Waynesville areas. So hopefully next year we can go and do those things and I can share those experiences with you. But this one was a very important family trip to make, and I still like to document things and bring you along, not just to share it with you, but also as a video diary for me. So today is travel day. I don't really leave till 8:30 at night. Might drive around downtown Dayton for a little bit with my uncle before heading off to my flight. Our stay at the Hammel House has been lovely. Everyone that works here is so friendly and kind. If we needed anything, they were happy to help give it. My only issue, kind of, is that I don't like that we have to share a fridge. I had put some waters in that fridge for us and someone else took them, which is an easy mistake to make. We didn't label our drinks or anything, but I like to have our own fridge in the room. That would be preferred. And the only other thing is that there's no one here after 8 p.m. They don't really keep anyone at the front desk or anything like that. So if you were to need anything in the night, you're kind of on your own. But other than that, I really enjoyed the room. I like that we're right here in the heart of Waynesville, very close to everything. We could walk to all the places we wanted to visit and even get some food. The food here was really good, and they give generous portions. Of course, we had to stop at Esther Price. This is specifically the home of Esther Price candies. And they have the whole story of Esther here. It all began when she learned to make fudge in 7th grade at home ec. Then after starting her family in 1926, they encouraged her to make candy for them to buy. It's been around since 1952 they started their headquarters. Hasty Tasty for lunch. It's been around since the 50s. Lunch at the Hasty Tasty wasn't super delicious, but I enjoyed hanging out with my uncle and his family there. And this has been a restaurant that's been there since the 1950s. So having that city history to look around and browse in made the experience and visit worth it for sure. All in all, I really enjoyed my visit to Ohio. I do want to come back probably next year and see some more things that I didn't get to do this trip. After lunch at the Hasty Tasty, I pretty much went around Dayton, Ohio with my uncle. He was showing me different spots that I hadn't seen, including the Wright brothers' house. We also went to the cemetery where the Wright brothers are buried. We have family members buried in the cemetery as well. Visiting the Hammel House was really nice. It was my first bed and breakfast experience, and my mom and I enjoyed winding down our evenings there. Thank you for watching my trip to Ohio, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more fun travel videos. My next trip will be to Michigan next month, so I can't wait to bring you that visit as well. See you next time on Lauren's Travels.